Wow, waterfalls? Beautiful. Take some pictures of that. Oh, welcome to art class today, everybody. So, as you can see, I am in the great outdoors today. I have the nature, the breeze, the wind, the birds are chirping. It's gorgeous. So we are gonna do a beautiful outdoor scene ourselves, bringing in this beautiful drawing here. It is also in perspective. For those who don't remember, perspective is when the things that are closest to us are going to be bigger. And then as we get farther and farther and farther away, they're gonna look smaller. Are they actually shrinking? No, they're not actually shrinking, but when things get far away, they look a lot smaller just because they're so far away. Perspective is when we're representing the things that are closest to us are big and the things that are far away from us are small. So join me today on this vacation landscape that we're gonna draw. I'm so excited because I love vacations and I love outside. So join me on our perspective landscape. The materials you'll use today are one piece of paper, one pencil, a Sharpie if available, crayons. Let's begin. So we're gonna start by doing kind of the outline of where our hills, mountains, and background are all gonna go. So we're gonna start with, I'm gonna kind of just like touch right here, not a straight line, not a wiggly line, a bumpy, wavy line, if you will. I just went up, and it kind of doesn't matter as long as it's not going up here yet. I just want it to go over. Easy as that. Then I'll just go a little up, go wavy, wavy over. Once again, easy peasy. And then since I have these two, let's try making another one from this side. So I'll go up, wavy line. You can go up on this one quite a bit. Ooh, I'm not quite at the top, but I'm getting closer. Start here. Once again, wavy, wavy. And we'll do one last one. If you don't have room, stop here. If you do have room, we can add one last one. Go up that little bit of extra room that we have. We're just gonna make this one straight across. So let's go ahead and start kind of labeling what we have here. So you're gonna have kind of a triangle up here. This is triangle-y-ish. Let's make this our water. So if you wanna write, this is gonna be water. I just wrote the word water on it. Very good. This very top part up here, whatever you have up here, this is gonna be the sky. Sky. And the rest of this is gonna be grass, 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 grass. And we'll start to see that as we continue on. So we're doing perspective. Here is the thing with perspective. The closer we get to the sky, the smaller everything's gonna get. You can see that over here. Smaller it gets, higher up the paper. The bigger it gets on the bottom of the paper. That's why we can really only see the tops of these trees. The rest of it's down here and it's pretty big on the drawing scale. So let's start with the bottom of our paper. Bottom chunk. Let's do a tree. So let's go bump, bump, bump. This is just the top of the tree. Bump, bump. Beautiful. And maybe I'll add another one if I have space over here. Bump, 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 bump. Just a chunk of one. Very nice. And let's add some of the tree trunk sticking out where the branches would be. So I'm just gonna pick where the middle of this kind of cloud shape is. Curve out, curve down, curve out, curve down. And you could do two, but I think I'm gonna sneak a third one in there. Curve down. Yours does not have to look exactly like this. As long as it's pointed points, 1 or 2 or 3, people will know it's a tree. If you can see that it's a tree, you have succeeded. Good job. Let's move on to our buildings. 1, 2, 3 buildings. All right, for the buildings, we're gonna learn how to draw these kind of two-sided 3D shaped buildings. Remember, they'll get smaller. This building is exceptionally large, that's why it is the same size, but we'll practice making it a little smaller as it goes back this time. So we are going to start with touching this line. We're gonna make a square. Don't make this tiny. Don't make it tiny. square. Good. Next, touch this corner. Slanted line. Touch this corner. A matching slanted line. And connect. And where it's like we're completing that triangle, down, slanted line, and down. Very good. Now you can make your house have more than one window, be 2 stories. Actually, I love the idea of a 2-story house. I haven't drawn one of those yet. So I'm gonna draw windows that I feel like represent 2 floors. And I'll draw a door. Maybe I'll make it look wooden. And I will draw a nice circle window right there. Beautiful. I can come back for more details later. Let's see. If you'd like to draw another building, if you have room, you can. If you'd like to draw, this is called a silo. If you are vacationing in the countryside, ooh, this is where people typically store grains. If you're a farmer and you farm a lot of wheat, rice, you got to put it somewhere. They put them in silos. So if you'd like to add a silo, really pick a place. Like I might just sneak one in over here. It is just a straight line, or if you're connecting it to a house, just another straight line. Straight line, straight line. Curved line. Point, triangle. And curve, curve, curve. So now I have clearly represented this as a farming community. I will leave this house out this time. You can add it if you'd like. I will go ahead and go to the second story. I'm gonna add another tree. Remember, it's not gonna be this big this time. It's gonna get a little smaller, just like this has gotten a little smaller. So I'm gonna go ahead and add a tree. But I can see all of this tree this time. I might go on top of that water a little bit. That's okay, not a big deal. I might even put some more branches in here. Beautiful. So I won't be able to see that water line. I'm gonna erase it. And I might add another house here. So remember, make a square. This one's a little smaller. Angle, angle. Connect. Down. How am I gonna do this one? I'm gonna make a barn door. Get creative. I try to make it different every single time. That is the fun part about this project. It is really up to you what you'd like to do. I might even add a line here. I'm gonna leave it at that. Alrighty, and one of our, not last steps, but we'll start putting smaller things in. So right up by the edge of the water. Edge of the water. It's getting pretty far back. I might add another tree. It's gonna get even smaller. Smaller tree. Very good. And if you'd like to add a windmill, find a spot on your water's edge. Go up. It's okay if it's on top of the water. Go down. It's kind of like the Eiffel Tower. And then I'm just gonna fill this up with X's. X's, X's, X's. Letter X. Very good. Next, we're gonna do a bunch of very skinny triangles. So, skinny triangle, skinny triangle. I touch the middle every single time when I make my skinny triangles. Good. Let's go ahead and add water detail. These will be pretty small because they're far back. The ones up here can be a little bigger, but the ones back here will be really small. The water detail. It's a little smaller in the middle and a really small in the back. And now we're at the background. We are backgrounding. Anything you draw back here, tiny. So if we draw like a pine tree, curve down, in, curve down, in. And you know what? I'm gonna leave it at that. Little pine tree. We'll do one more. Curve down, see if you could do that. In, curve down, connect. You can fill this with things if you want to do a normal tree too. If you don't want to do pine trees, just make sure they're really little. This one's going to be really little. It's really far away. Very nice. And in the sky, clouds. And because of the space, they will probably end up being pretty small anyway. And there it is. So it does not have to be exactly like mine by any stretch of the imagination. If you'd like to add a car in, if you don't like the windmill, don't put it in there. The main thing here is that you got these lines and you're doing perspective. Bigger on the bottom, medium in the middle, smaller in the back, aka the top of the page. From here, if you have a black Sharpie, we're gonna start outlining. Okay, if you have any big pencil lines left over, like I have a bunch of pencil kind of hanging out, I'm gonna take care of those really noticeable ones. Every artist on the whole planet always gets rid of their pencil lines. It makes your art go from, oh, that's nice, that's a nice picture, to, wow, that's a fantastic picture. I can't believe you drew that with your two hands. You are so talented, so amazing, so transcendent, special, just amazing. So please do that. I took care of most of mine, but for time's sake, I will leave a few. I would do more if I had the chance. And now, let's color. Colored pencils or crayons work. Really, whatever you have is gonna work fine. I use a crayon because why not? I think that sounds fun. Let's go. There it is. Yeah. Well, I hope you enjoyed our wonderful perspective landscape today. It was so much fun to make. I enjoyed it because it's like my dream vacation spot. Green, grassy, little cute buildings, a lake. I loved it. I hope you have a great day. Can't wait to see these projects. Adios. Bye-bye.